morning, fellow YouTubers. It's a Saturday morning, and I was gonna go for a little ride. So, when I go up to Western, I have one of two ways of going. That's going basically like northeast to 25th Street, and that's kind of a boring way. Or I'll turn right and go down to Pacific and then go the nice kind of beach route. You still end up on 25th, which takes you to Western, but you get to see some nice scenes. Got a lot of palm trees. Okay, so I forgot, I actually didn't go to Pacific on this one. I go up to Gaffey, where you get a good view of like the harbor, and then take that down to the beach route. But I just wanted to talk about the good and the bad that we just see every day around us. So obviously the first thing that jumps out at you as good is this is a beautiful day. You got beautiful blue sky with nice puffy white clouds spotted here and there. So obviously it's a beautiful, beautiful day. You got all these nice big green trees and plants everywhere. Which are living things, just to have these living plants all around us on Mother Earth. I think it's just a blessing, because they, like I said, they're living, and they're providing homes for squirrels and birds, shade for us, oxygen. We got this wonderful symbiotic relationship with plants. They breathe what we exhale, and we breathe what they exhale. So they wouldn't be able to exist without us, and we wouldn't be able to, all the animals would still. So they could exist without us, but I don't think we could exist without them, because that's what rejuvenates oxygen in the air. What else is good? So you see, in a few minutes, you're going to see a lot of people out here exercising. Just talking about breathing oxygen, pumping those lungs, moving those legs, feeling the sunshine on their shoulders, their eyeballs taking in the beautiful sights of Mother Earth. Right here, you got a big, beautiful park. Point Fermin Park. That is good. So down here you'll just see so many families coming down here to enjoy one another's company and the pleasant atmosphere. Just all good. Okay, but one thing I notice when I come down here, and this is a new perspective for me, and I'm sure a lot of you will think I'm crazy kind of saying this, but like I said, it's a new perspective to me, but I'm making lots of personal growth, I think, and it's all the, because I'm really trying to keep a pure heart, and you'll see down here a lot of girls exercising that are dressed provocatively. So whether it's showing a lot of skin or just wearing everything skin tight, and the workout clothes today are all skin tight, and when they got that hourglass figure, it's really tempting to kind of stare, and it only takes like a second or two to stare before lust kicks in. So I think it was Our Lady, she made her appearance in Fatima in 1918, that she said that two-thirds of the people that end up in hell, it's because of sexual desires and acting on those sexual desires. And I kind of feel like we're heading into the end of times, and I really want to make sure that I get to the right place. And so I'm taking that to heart, because it is, I think, the strongest part of our human bodies. Well, there's one way of looking at our soul is of God, and it's housed within a human body which is not of God. It's of this world, and it's of the devil. See how that biker pulled over for me? That's good, because a lot of those bikers, they'll stay doubled up, and just you have to cross the yellow to get past them, which I don't really think that's fair. If the speed limit's like 35 miles an hour, which it is on this street, I think, and you're going 5 miles an hour and you're blocking up the whole road, when you could just go single file, and then everyone gets along, and then everyone's happy. So that was good how she pulled over for me, and it's not good how bicyclists think it's okay to block traffic. That's a pet peeve of mine. But that's how we get along in society. In a few minutes we're about to pass a lot of apartment complexes, and getting along socially is such a big part also of good and bad. In each apartment complex we're about to drive by, you've got many good relationships. One of the most important commandments is to love thy neighbor and treat them basically as you would be treated, as you would want to be treated. So, we have a lot of people establishing good relationships with their neighbors in these apartment complexes. Because in apartment complexes, you have to tolerate so much more. You have to put up with the noise from the guy above and not think he's doing it on purpose, and still smile at him in the morning and say hello, even though maybe you couldn't sleep good because he was having music too loud or whatever. So it is a little bit more trying. You have to be more tolerant. And then you've got some bad relationships in these apartment complexes where people just, accept they don't like each other. And then their actions are commiserate with that feeling and that conceptualization they have of one another. And that's not good. We got to really try to go that extra mile. And that's one area that, I really, just this last week feel good, and I'm making big headway with my neighbors. And it was kind of hard moving into this new neighborhood where I think, everyone kind of takes great pride in being from San Pedro, and then you got this newcomer moving in. So I think there was a little bit of trial and tribulation there, but I stayed positive, kept giving out oranges to my neighbors, and I think it's all working out for the best. So that persistence, that tolerance, persistence, and to always be the bigger man, and to always rise above, whatever you think might be taking place or might not be taking place. So, but back to that sexual stuff, women that dress really provocative, that's a sin, especially if they got this really attractive figure and they're really showing it off. I mean, I've come a long way, but that's one area where I still slip up. If there's a really attractive young lady and she is just looking so good and showing it off, I can't help but look. But God bless.